This question here, we have a satellite that's in a circular orbit around the Earth. So we might imagine that orbit to look like this. It's not rotating, so that means we have an omega naught equal to 0. Two identical thrusters on opposite sides of the satellite. This is just like our pivot video with the firecracker wheel. Opposite directions over a same 10-minute interval, and then turn off. How does the firing of the thrusters affect the mechanical energy of the satellite Earth system and the shape of the satellite's orbit, if at all? Well, what we know is there is going to be a force in this direction that will bring about a torque, and there will be a force in this direction, an equal size force that will bring about an equal size torque in this direction. So what we can see then is that the blasters are going to cause this to accelerate in this direction. Going to accelerate in this direction. So the mechanical energy of the satellite Earth system. Well, this thing had no kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy is coming from chemical energy. So chemical energy is being added to the mechanical energy of the system, so it does have an effect. It increases. So the question is, do these thrusters that are causing this thing to rotate have an effect on the orbit, the distance of the orbit? Well, for that to happen, there would need to be some kind of force either in this direction or that direction. These two forces from the thrusters are equal and opposite to each other in a linear perspective. And even when this rotates and this is exerting a force in that direction and this one's exerting a force in that direction, they're equal and opposite to each other. So it's not causing the satellite to move inward or outward because they're constantly in opposition to each other. So it has no effect. No effect. And if you were to think it did have an effect, well, what effect would it have? Are these thrusters, are they causing it to be pushed outward or inward? We can't argue one direction or the other because there isn't a direction it would happen. It is no change at all.